Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dicefunctional Campaign 2 with the Neighborhood Watch, where we last left our group of intrepid adventurers. They had just gone on their respective journeys, as each individual group, each individual member has their own things that they need to go about doing in order to get a little bit stronger to deal with all the taxes. From Darius and Kaz going on a merry robbery expedition, we'll say, to Ignatius and Granny looking to speak with their deities. We only had the chance to go to 3 people last time, just because of how busy we were and the fact we were missing at least one person. So today we will start back up with Kaz and Darius, as you guys still had some more things to do over in Achenaeus, or on the island of Cornona. Namely, if I recall correctly, it was grave robbing?
Grave robbing!
Okay. Right now is normal grave robbing. Tomorrow we go back to the tower and find a sorcerer to steal.
I can't believe he found a way to bring loot boxes into the campaign.
I know, right? We're just gonna break open... You think we'll find a legendary?
Secret
Achenaeus? Yeah, for sure.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Connor, is there a pity system?
No.
Wow, even
No pity,
Overwatch
no
has
mercy.
a pity system.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Mercy was campaign
you're
1.
not giving me money.
I don't have money.
You guys you're basically just trying to find the nearest cemetery that you can use to steal as much as possible from, basically.
Yeah. And then we sell all the stuff after to a black market in Cornona. At some point.
You got it, Chief.
All right. What you can do is, I think the simplest thing would be just for you guys to wait until nighttime.
Yeah.
And once nighttime comes around, just sneak your way into the nearest place. So what I'll have you guys do is roll me some stealth checks, please.
Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna use invisibility on myself.
That's fair. You have advantage now.
I have the boots.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing I used advantage.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Although my first one was the 19th, so.
So having the boots would give me advantage on stealth because I am trying to move silently.
Mm-hmm.
It's at least
No, it's 25.
Thank God for reliable talent, man.
Yeah.
To be fair, even without the reliable talent, that would have been a 20.
You guys will manage to find a cemetery that is relatively close to Achenaeus proper. It is effectively a I almost say, like, what's the term for the style of cemeteries that are popular over in, like, New Orleans, like the mausoleum style, like tomb style.
Flood.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're
ground.
on an island, so yeah, you're basically at like a mausoleum style cemetery where it's all these large tombs. So the shovels you brought with you are not necessary, but you still could do some stealing.
Yes.
Wouldn't be that hard.
You guys are now looking at these basically rows of these small, I would say probably about 5 foot tall little chambers where you're pretty confident people are buried in. No one notices you, or if anyone does, they do not draw any attention to you nor care. So there's no concern on that part. But you do realize that there are people patrolling around in this cemetery. Most likely just gravekeepers, effectively, but still people you need to keep an eye out for. So, I'm assuming you're going to try to find the most lavishly decorated tomb and bust into that and see what you can get.
Specifically, what I want to look for, and Jolly, tell me if you don't think this is the direction we should go. I want to look for the fanciest tombstone with the least upkeep.
The least upkeep. You mean like
Because
it hasn't
that
been
means-
checked in a while?
Mm-hmm.
That means no one's visiting it, but it's fancy, which means it still had money put into it.
Nobody gave a shit about this gravestone. All right, that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. I'll just have you do a it'll probably be investigation, to be honest. No.
Hey, you want
Yeah, no, that'll work.
to watch me fumble an investigation check again?
Can I help Darius?
You may. You may.
Okay.
You ready to watch me fumble an investigation check anyways?
You got a 19.
You got a 19.
So that's a 33.
Yeah. So you will manage to basically kind of peruse around the tombs, effectively shopping for the best deal you could find, and you will eventually manage to find a tomb that matches up pretty closely with what you're looking for. You find a tomb that has very lavishly decorated marble, very well engraved and carved, but it has definitely gone untouched for several years. You see signs that the marble has started to build up like a lichen on it. The name is still visible because it looks like the groundskeepers are at least, keeping those clean. But it is ultimately not been cleaned in the same way that a loved one would clean it.
Who died?
Sir not appearing in this film. I did not make a name for him because it's a dead guy and you're looking at his grave and you're going to rob it.
That's
Damn.
fair.
Anyway, Kaz, would you like to do the honors?
Okay. I mean, I just use whatever tools I have. So, do I need to make a check on what I have to do here?
It's kind of a question of what you're looking to do. You're breaking into a mausoleum, so it's probably going to be athletics. And what I'll say is you can do it one of two ways. You can either one, try to do it quietly, which I'll give you a disadvantage on the athletics for, or you can try to do it carefully. But if you try to do it carefully, you're more likely to fail. Meanwhile, if you're trying to do it quietly, you're more likely to just make noise.
How about, since I could use Oro and have her hat as well, because
Yeah.
the chance is over, I switch to Oro, even though Darius will get jump scared by Oro. And then I could use silence while using the athletics check. Is that possible?
That's certainly an option, yeah.
Okay. I switched to Oro. Sorry, Darius.
Where did you come from?
Don't worry about it. I cast silence. Which if I could find the spell in my thing
what a
right
mood.
now. I don't use spells often to remember where it is. Is it not on here? Oh no, I'm not.
Should be in your spell list.
I forgot.
It's a 20-foot radius sphere.
Okay. And then I do athletics check, right?
Yep,
Is it
you'll make an
still a
athletics check. No,
Is it still a
you can no, because you have a magical way of hiding the noise, so you just do it.
Okay.
There is nothing that will affect that at all.
It's not better, but okay.
Okay. So you'll definitely manage to make some decent cracks in the actual marble itself. Because it's a big heavy slab that is blocking off the tomb from the outside world. You won't manage to open it all the way, but you definitely do make progress, and you definitely do manage to do a good chunk of damage to getting closer into it.
So we try again.
Yep, you just give it another shot.
I mean, technically I do have a crowbar. I don't know. Let me see. I don't think so, no.
Using your base equipment pack.
Oh,
In
yeah, no, I
fairness, it-
see.
Okay, there you go. So you can use that and give it another shot. At this point, I will require you guys to please make me another stealth check.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I do it as Aura or as Cats?
It would be as Oro.
Okay.
And I've done nothing that would drop me out of invisibility,
No, you're still invisible.
Still
which is the only reason
invisible.
I'm not helping you, Jolly, because I need to
Fine.
maintain it.
So that's a 22 from Darius and a 16 from Oro. Not as good. So you're still inside the sphere of silence right now, Oro,
Yeah.
so you're not going to notice as much. Darius, you are not. You are effectively watching from the outside, looking in. You will see that. Oh, pardon me. Sorry. There are definitely there are some kind of like lantern lights that are kind of moving their way around and look to be starting to come near this row of mausoleums.
Darius will. Darius will just tap Oro quickly, make a hush noise, and then drop invisibility. Well, she dropped invisibility before this. And she's gonna walk towards the lights.
Okay.
And she's gonna put on her best chance to look as confused as possible.
Okay. Yeah. All right, that makes sense. You will start walking towards the lights, and you'll see there's kind of an older fellow. He's wearing a wide-brimmed hat. Looks battered, beaten, just like made of felt. And you see he's a scruffy guy. He's got not really a shovel, but like it's like a scraping tool, basically, for like scraping off lichen on tombstones. And he's got a lantern. And he takes one look at you and goes, "What are you doing here?"
This is gonna sound odd, I know. I'm looking for my friend's mom's grave. She hasn't been to visit it in a while, and she was planning to go tomorrow, and I was gonna clean it up and make it look nice. But I worked all day, so this was about the only time I could come do it before she got here.
Well, you chose a weird time to do it. It's visiting hours are over.
I mean, I can see in the dark better than other people, so I thought it would be fine.
Well, okay, fine for you. Yes, does still look like you're trying to break into people's tombs. So that's the
Don't
reason
have
why.
anything to break into things, so...
You don't. I mean, but still, roll a persuasion check, please.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, deception, because you're straight up lying. I apologize.
I know I am. Hey, that's a 25.
That was a 25. Well, look, if you know the name, I can try to point you in the right direction, and we can go and deal with it quick. And then I'll bring you out of the cemetery. You're not supposed to be here, so I do need to get you out. But if you know the name, we can find it, and I'll help you out.
I have passed so many graves on the way, and there is no way that my detective ass didn't look at a name.
I mean, you certainly could just like pull a name out of your pocket that you do know is probably around here.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can just be like, this one. And yeah, you can very easily just lie and start leading him in a direction away from Oro, towards a gravestone that isn't that dirty, but still, he is going to then lead you out of the cemetery once this is said and done. So you would either have to try to break back in or just leave Ordo on their own. It's up to you.
Well, not gonna do that second one. As I step out, I'm going to rush to incant nondescript, which is a spell I don't think I've gotten to use at all. But to summarize it as soon as I can find it on my fucking sheet. It makes me seem ordinary and nondescript to others, although it does not change my actual appearance. Creatures who see me while under the influence of the spell are unable to recall specific details of my appearance upon being asked.
Mhm.
And then the second I finish that, I'm going to look at him and go, I'm so sorry, sir. Touch him and cast banishment.
So you're just going to banish the poor old gravekeeper guy?
Yeah, just until I can get back to Oro, and then I'll drop it.
You're the spirit realm with ye.
Connor,
Well, he fails.
You got
You've got a
Darkness
minute
again.
until that guy is like, guards, help.
he won't.
Yeah, but he
remember
can't
me.
describe. Remember, he won't be able to
Yeah,
describe the
but
person.
he
Yeah, with
knows
nondis-
someone is
Yeah.
there.
Or you have a minute to set up you being some sort of apparition from the graves that he is gonna be
Cody?
scared off of.
I need you to understand something right now. I am several feet ahead of you on that one, because I have a spell I haven't gotten to use yet. It is a 10-minute spell, but it lasts for 24 hours, which is Animate Dead.
Yeah.
What the
You're
fuck?
gonna turn this into the Dance Macabre animatic.
Ev-
My
I mean,
original plan, fun fact,
every
was once we...
campaign, we have to spawn some sort of myth or folklore.
What
this
am I
is
gonna
the
do?
one that just makes in this campaign.
Why does
I'm so
why does this
sorry.
happen every time, every game? Why is that with every plan you make, you wind up going ahead and creating something that has to be included in later events? What is wrong with you?
Well, we don't use that graveyard anymore. It's haunted. One
Also,
time, all the dead rose up and started dancing. It's fucking crazy.
I've been planning this since we walked into the graveyard.
Oh my god.
Was using Animate Dead.
Oh my
if you want the
god.
Death God, look for someone who has like a violin motif on the grave, so that way they can be your fiddler.
I think Connor's still stuck on my bullshit.
Yeah, because you keep doing it.
The problem
Um,
is, Connor, I can't help it.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
Yes, you fucking can.
No, I can't.
I mean, it's a. All right, so this is an interesting idea. This is definitely going to cause its own repercussions for next campaign.
Yes.
I have to write that down, actually.
Where's
my pen? Where's my pen?
I can't help the person I am.
I mean, you probably could, but
Connor, this is also your fault because you let me do this, one. And two,
If I don't, okay, it's a bad GM that says no, you can't do things. You can do things. I'm not gonna stop you from doing things because it's entertaining.
two, you gave me this spell. I didn't even pick it.
Yeah.
You gave it to me back when we invaded the tombs, back at the dwarf. So I didn't. You handed me the keys. I'm just opening the door.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Still, what the fuck?
The only thing that
So
would have made this better is if it was fizzy, because like a stark white woman.
yeah, a woman in white wearing a gossamer, like flowy robe, summons the dead.
That
So-
would have been the only way this would have been better.
So let me double check. You're not casting raise. It's not raise dead. What's the spell you're casting?
Animate dead. I can drop
Animate
this,
dead. Well, I just need to know what dead you're animating. Because it'll definitely be skeletal, most likely, or a recent corpse. So
options.
What are you gonna summon? Are you summoning a zombie or a skeleton?
I think a zombie's funnier.
Okay. Sure. Sure, we'll call it funny. So
What do you want from me, man?
what do you mean what do I want from I want you to be normal.
No.
That's what I want.
This is the best type of fun I can have.
So, you fuck's sake, dude.
Mom's
You
crawling behind her.
What was that? What happened?
Michelle's mom is just crawling behind her to go through the frame.
Yeah. Like a cryptid.
I hear the door open behind me, and then I just see my mom doing this.
But yeah, Connor, I'm gonna start a second myth by accident.
Yeah, again. So, you go ahead and you cast Animate Dead. Are you going to do it at the regular level or higher? Just a check.
Again, I don't know if I can do it at a higher level since it's ritual.
I don't think so either. So you will cast, you summon a zombie, and suddenly, kind of, inside of one of the mausoleums, you hear something slamming on the door, as if it wants to get let out, and you just walk away. You just leave.
I gave it a single order.
Oh yeah?
Cause mayhem.
Okay. It keeps slamming on the mausoleum door, and eventually it will break its way out.
I'm going back to Oro and Kaz now.
Yeah, you hustle your way back over to Kaz, / Oro. As you do so, Oro, you've been working on basically breaking your way through this. Could you roll me another athletics check with advantage because you have your crowbar out now?
Okay. Oh, my rolls are shit today.
I mean, it's still a roll. You managed to do a roll, so that's fine. So you will start to crack open the door more and more, enough that you can feel pretty confident you can manage to squeeze your way in without any real issues. So you just slip right on inside, and you will find that you're looking at a coffin, and well, you start to just stuff your pockets with anything and everything. Namely, you do wind up breaking off the finger of the dead individual to take the ring that they had off. You put it back in there. And then you take virtually everything else that they have inside of their mausoleum. You will wind up with a bag of indeterminate wealth. Basically just a bunch of stuff that you can sell off. We'll determine the exact number later on. And Jairus will start walking over to you. At this point, I believe silence will have worn off.
What's up? How'd you get back?
We've been causing chaos. We might have time to break into another tomb.
Do we?
Trying to decide it would be funnier to tell you or not tell you what I did. Don't panic if you see a zombie.
I've seen worse. I'm not too phased by zombies.
Well, I let a zombie loose.
That's not gonna cause any repercussions in this country at all.
I mean, they won't know I did it.
Can I even tell if this is Darius with the nondescript being up, or is that just...
The thing is, with nondescript, you still remember the events that undertook. So while you can't tell it's Darius, you can hear her and you know enough from context clues because you know me specifically.
Yeah.
It doesn't you look at me and you can't quite tell who I am.
It's like
You know I'm a drow. So you kind of just go with it.
All right. I mean,
It's okay. Probably like a minute after I meet up with you, the spell drops.
oh, okay. I mean, if there's another grave we can rob.
Oh yeah, I think we have time. Darius
So
kind of
he's-
looks around. If you hear thumping, I think that means it's still trying to get out.
Thought it got out.
Don't know how long it's gonna take for it to get out, but it's definitely shaking its tomb.
Oh. You only summoned one, right?
For now. Depends on how dire things get if I summon a second one.
Oh no. Okay. We'll leave.
Let's get to
We'll
work
leave this
on
one.
that second tomb.
Yeah, okay. We'll leave the first one. I would have switched back to Kaz. Right after the breaking in is done on the first tomb.
Oh, welcome back, Kaz. I let a zombie loose in the graveyard.
Oh my god! Bro, I know that already!
Did Oro tell you?
Are you sure I'm not under the effects of nondescript in this map?
No,
What?
now I know.
I didn't say the exact like. There's no term for what it is. You're just not recognized as you. That's as simple as that.
Yeah, sure, Oro told me. Anyway, the second grade.
they move fast.
So
That'd be blown
Um,
scouting fest.
again, another investigation check.
Yeah, sure. I'm not invisible now, so next time we do grave robbing, I will help you, Kaz.
Okay, that's fine. I almost thought you rolled a 1 there.
Listen, I would have cried. 21.
You are going to, you will manage to find another mausoleum, not as nice as the previous one, but it is still a decent looking little mausoleum, and you will also begin to crack into it, just the same as the other ones. So, another set of athletics checks, please. Now, again, you only had one use silence. So now you either need to do it quietly or carefully or just fucking swing for the fences.
I'm helping you.
Okay. You want me to do it on Kaz or Oro?
Well, either way, I would get rid of your disadvantage since I'm using help. So we could
On
do it
athletics?
carefully.
This is an athletics check, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. Yeah, okay. Sure. So if you're helping me, I'll switch back to Oro. It's gonna go back and forth. I'm so sorry. Which is that a normal check or an advantage check? on-
With assistance is the advantage.
Okay. Oh, my rolls are not going so
What the
well.
fuck is happening?
I don't know, but I'm glad I am Oro for this.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You've not rolled over a 5, I think.
Not great.
No.
Not great. So you'll start cracking into it just the same as the last time. This time, on the other hand, though, you have no silence to hide behind. So you just start smashing into the door of the mausoleum.
Okay.
What you don't see is
Okay.
the gravekeeper has reappeared.
Oh no.
And as he reappears, he suddenly hears from one of the mausoleums.
Get careful about banging. You might disconnect the cord.
And then from further into the actual cemetery, he hears another set of. And so the Gravekeeper turns and runs for the nearest guard. You guys are still trying to smash away at the door of this mausoleum to break into it.
Okay.
You're not having the best of luck so far. It is holding up a little bit better than the last ones. Though maybe that's just a matter of bad luck. Maybe you've just been dealing with some issues. But you gotta keep going.
I do another athletics check? Is that what I'm doing? Okay.
Yep, there's another athletics check.
Is this normal?
This one's with advantage because you still have Darius.
Okay. Oh my god. I rolled a 2. Jesus
You rolled a
Christ.
13.
Mm-hmm. You rolled
Yeah.
13.
Finally, my god, over a 10.
Yeah.
All right. So you will now be able to smash the mausoleum door open, and we'll start to make your way inside. And again, you will manage to find a good amount of loot that you'll be able to strip off the body and out of the actual chamber here yet again. Now, with that said,
Yeah.
Connor,
yeah.
I want to do something else fucked up.
Oh no. Okay. What is
Yeah, what's
it?
that?
I still have 2 uses of my trinkets left, which means I have enough time for 2 Misty Steps.
Huh?
Well, a Misty Step and something else. So I'm going to sprint as far as I can in one, like, consecutive one, hit a tomb, cast Knock using my Skeleton's Key on the tomb, so it makes bang noise that's very loud and noticeable, and then Misty Step back to Kaz.
It's not just that it makes a loud banging noise that is noticeable, it opens the door of the mausoleum.
Mhm.
So what we don't see,
Okay.
the guards have started charging back into the cemetery because the Gravekeeper has come to them screaming in a panic that the
Okay.
dead are rising. The guards, of course, are listening to what he's saying, not wholly believing him.
Okay.
As they do so, they see that a chunk of marble breaks out of the mausoleum and a rotting arm is sticking out, and one of the guards just grabs his pike and just stabs into it to kill the zombie. And he does so a few times. While this is happening, the other guard that's with him is now on edge. He is sitting there with his sword out, his shield at the ready, and he watches as a ghostly form of a drow, the form of a drow appears suddenly, touches the door of a mausoleum, makes a tremendous noise, and the door of the mausoleum opens, only for the drow to disappear again. Now the guards are screaming.
That person.
You guys, from your position, just finishing up in that mausoleum, you hear the distant sounds of 2 men screaming their lungs out. What are you going to do?
Cool. Once Kaz is done grabbing everything, I grab Kaz and I go, hold on, and I cast my 1 use of teleport a day to put us back in the tower.
Oh my god.
Okay. You teleport away, and you are no longer in Acheneus.
We'll go back for our stuff with the mirror
What the fuck?
and spend the night. What, Connor? What do you want from me?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean by that?
You let me play a 18 intelligence character
Mhm.
that is entirely made for schemes.
There's
And you
one way
expect me
could've
not to
done
get
it.
up into shenanigans?
There's one way this could have gone better, which is if you had the magic mouse spell and just touch random objects on your way so voices were heard from nowhere.
Oh, that would have been so good. But I worked with what I had.
Yeah.
So
And once with...
you gave them a fright, didn't you?
You know, just a little one. Kept us from
Uh-huh.
getting found.
So the stuff how are we gonna sell it?
Oh, we're just gonna use the mirror to go back to our hotel room. And then in the morning, go find the black market.
Wouldn't it be better to sell it in Ekes than in Kronona?
Oh yeah, that's true.
I don't know who I stole from. They could have been also thieves too.
That's true. Well,
Ow.
let's go get my stuff back from... Or did you take all of our stuff from the hotel room?
I'm pretty sure I would have taken it. I'm pretty
Oh, cool.
sure.
Then you can crash with your girlfriends tonight at the tower if you want, and then we can get back to work in the morning.
Finally.
Here.
What?
Guys, you fist bumped when I said that.
What? What is that? I
You, like-
just wanted. Yeah. What of it?
Yeah. You go back to your girlfriends. I'm gonna
Okay.
sleep so that way we can get going tomorrow to find 1, a corpse for me to harvest, 2, so we can sell stuff on a black market.
Are we bad people, Darius?
Yes. Of course we are.
Huh?
I just made a man probably quit his entire career
Yeah.
just so we could rob graves. Of course I'm a bad person and you were robbing graves.
Yeah.
The wonderful thing
true.
is, we'll counterbalance our badness by helping save the world.
I still did not sign up for this, you know that, right?
Sometimes you don't sign up for shit, Kaz, and you just gotta roll with what's happening.
Yeah, that's fair. Could you do me a favor, though?
Yeah. What's up? We're just sitting, by the way, right now on the floor of the teleportation circle.
I don't know. I'm just... I don't want you to ask them about this or tell anybody about it. I was just wondering if you could ask my girlfriends if they're still okay with me being around.
Yes.
What?
If they weren't okay with you being around, they would have just left.
I know, but the tower happened. I'm not too sure. I can't read people's emotions very well.
A learned skill. Kaz, do you think they don't want to be here anymore?
Maybe.
Oh, sweetie. No one would have stayed even if they were in danger if they didn't want to be here.
That's true.
And do you really think they'd let you sleep in the same bed?
I don't know. I thought they're just chill like that.
Okay, maybe Electos would be, but I want you to really think about Vera for a second.
Oh,
Maybe they're just chill like that.
I want you to think about shy, anxious, soft but sweet giant Vera, and tell me if you
Yeah.
think she would just share a bed with someone that she was chill like that with.
I don't know. Maybe?
Cass, have you ever heard of projecting your feelings onto other people?
No.
I think you are feeling scared. So you are projecting it onto them to make yourself feel better. And so that way if something does happen and they leave, it makes you feel better because you already thought it was going to happen.
Well, nobody could have predicted all the taxes were going to attack the tower.
No one could predict anything. No one could have predicted Adam was going to get attacked by a dragon that he's the descendant of.
No, that's true. That's very true.
But, you know, sometimes that's how life is. Do you think I was expecting to nearly die? I was just a simple detective. I didn't do anything spectacular. Certainly not what I am now.
Hey, roll deception. There are books written about you.
Also, you didn't
Yeah, I
just
forgot.
nearly die, you did die.
No, I meant she was pointing at her throat when she said that. Hey, that's a 22. Do you think Kaz can beat that with an insight?
Probably not.
No. No.
Yeah. So Darius is gonna roll with it. Fuck you, Connor.
So just saying, you're full of shit.
I'm not even gonna
Darius-
bother with insight. She doesn't have the intelligence for that.
Darius is trying to comfort someone right now. Let her lie. She's not good at some things. Still, you know, I nearly bled out on my spouse. Bryn was holding my throat together as I was dying. They didn't leave. Do
But
you
how
think
long-
them?
I mean, you've known Bren longer. We've only been together for like a month.
We'd only been dating for like 6 months when that happened.
Still longer than a month, Darius.
We got married the next month, Kaz. What I'm saying is time doesn't necessarily matter. If they didn't want to be here, they wouldn't.
I suppose
Let me
you're
put-
right.
Let me prove something to you. Hide real quick.
Oh, okay. Do I
And
go
then-
on stealth mode?
If you don't want your girlfriends to find you, yes.
What are my rolls today? It's so low. At least.
No, at least you have reliable talent. And Darius is gonna call Electos!
Yeah,
Can you come down here for a second?
sure. Electors will wander down. What?
Hey, Kaz has been acting a little weird. I just want to check it. She won't tell me shit, but is everything okay from your side?
Yeah, I think so. Why?
She's been feeling really anxious. She hasn't wanted to leave the tower because of you two.
Well, I mean, we nearly got killed, so like, yeah, I get it. But
I mean,
you know, shit happens.
yeah, shit does happen. Just to reassure me, you two are okay with still being here, right? I mean,
Yeah.
all the taxes isn't gonna go after either of you for the moment.
Yeah,
So probably. Yeah. So you're okay being here?
yeah. If I wasn't, I'd just leave.
That's what I thought. Thanks. You can.
Yeah, no
go-
problem, I guess.
Kaz is here somewhere. We teleported back in, but she, I think, went to the bathroom or talked to Oro. I don't know. She's got a bag of riches that we stole off of some graves. So,
Okay. No, she's fine. I'm sure of it.
thank you.
Yep. She'll just leave.
And Darius will go, Kaz,
Yeah.
what have we learned?
Emotions are dumb.
Yes, they are. But that means they want to be here. Shit happens. And Darius will very gently look at wherever Kaz is and go, the world's unexpected even for normal people. Let's say real quick, for example, you're coming home from work one day and you come home and find your house burnt down. That's gonna be devastating.
Yeah, to Granny that was devastating.
We're not using Granny as an example here. I was just using a life-changing event.
Sorry.
Okay, Kaz, get the giggles out. Still, that's uprooting a person's entire life. Everything they had, they loved, their home is gone.
Yeah.
They still have to go on with life. Just because ours is kind of on a grander scale doesn't make it any different. A burden's still a burden no matter what it is. And Electus and Vera are willing to share yours. There's not a lot of people who'd be willing to do that.
That's true. You're right on that.
So, anything else I can debunk for you and your horrible, awful, no good brain emotions?
No, I'm just gonna spend time with my girlfriends.
Okay. We'll count what we stole tomorrow morning and then head out. Do we want to find the black market first or a dead sorcerer first?
I say sell the shit first.
Alright. We'll look for the black market. We're in Eke, so you might know where some of them are pretty quickly at this point.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
And then we'll head back over.
Tower.
Oh, Hylord is still in the tower, I forgot. And then we'll find a sorcerer body, and then we'll get a whole... Well, I'll send a sending spell to... What's-his-face? Godman. And let him know we've got cash.
Oh, you mean Oma? Yeah.
Yeah. But go spend time with your girlfriends.
You don't have to tell me twice, Aishalise.
Fucking dips.
And Ferris gets up off the floor because she has not gotten up. Goes to her own room, picks up her kid, and just starts reading a bedtime story to her before going to bed herself.
Ah, your baby.
This is so unrealistic. Why would this cow feel the need to jump over the moon?
In the meantime, Granny and Ignatius, when everybody broke apart to go and do their own things, yours was a little bit more pious. So, what in particular were you two looking to do?
I was looking to basically go back to Giron because everything I need / want to do is in that city. Because there's the Althea Temple,
Incorrect.
Millevoix Temple, and if possible, she does want to stop by like Weston's jail cell because like we checked on him earlier to make sure he wasn't being targeted by the gun god, but she does still want to like talk to him.
Okay.
And
I don't know
Ignatius kind of
where-
going along for
Yeah.
safety purposes, but also at some point he's gonna reach out to his god, but feels he should probably rest up and wait before that. So the first day is just gonna be all
Yeah.
Granny.
Both of them have a level in exhaustion, so as they're like heading
I
down,
can heal that before you leave. I will point that out. Like, I
you're
can
going
take
home.
care of it.
It's fine. I'm not gonna need ability checks, surely.
Can you let me? Because Fizzy doesn't want you going out there with an exhaustion.
Fine.
Fizzy will take. I have the diamond dust. I have 800 in diamond dust, so I will take 200 in diamond dust, and I will cure them both of their levels of exhaustion.
Fine.
Okay. Thank you. She is a caretaker for a reason. Okay, that is just her personality.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to let her do that. Anyway, I will remove 200 from the. Go ahead.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, she's still gonna, even with the exhaustion levels removed, she's, as we're like heading down into the city, she's gonna like look over at Iggy and be like, I don't think either of us slept well last night, but you in particular look like shit this morning.
I don't think it will matter. Don't put much stock in appearances. It's the actions that really matter.
I'm not. Well, the appearance often belies the thoughts behind it. You get that? This is me asking if you're good. I realize we kind of. I feel like we view you as very calm and collected, but even the calmest will be anxious sometimes.
I'm more angry than anxious about this. There's absolutely no right that anyone has to interfere with the lives of others on such a demanding and exacting scale.
Amen.
Besides,
What a
you have your own potentially happy life to get to. You have some connecting to do now that your secret is out.
We'll say. I don't know if she went back or not, but well, we'll worry about that later. If you don't mind, I've been wanting to talk to that young lad, for a little while, and I'd like to do that before we fight a god, and before we even talk to gods. So,
Yes. Would you like to do it alone, or?
I suppose it doesn't need to be private. It probably won't be, but you can come with if you want. So she'll, I guess, head to where Weston is kept in jail. And so maybe dress down a little bit so that she's not immediately recognized as the guys who raided the Clematis yesterday. That was yesterday. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Shit moves fast.
Yeah. You will never see her in a dress, but she's like, she's removed her hat. She, did her hair up a little bit differently.
Yep, fair enough. So you will make your way over to the it will not be the Clematis, actually. You would head over to the nearest area where they have an authority effectively set up, as the Clematis is effectively shut down right now. A lot has just recently gone on, and the yards will only tell you that there is an incident that is happening. That is all they're leaving it as. They will say nothing else. Now, when you hold on, let me try something. Haha, it does work. When you try to you head into the holding area that they've set up for the non-violent criminals that have been pulled away from all of this, or the violent criminals that have been pulled away from all of this. And you look at the guardsman and you ask him for information on the young man, whose name is currently escaping me because my eye keeps watering and it's driving me insane.
Yes.
But my eye has generally been fucking watering the entire time.
Probably got some allergen or something in.
Possible. So you come in and ask about Wesk and Dove, and the guard will take one look at you and go, "Oh, he's not here."
He's not here. Where
No,
is
he's
he?
not here. Oh, he was taken to a facility. He's
Where?
institutionalized.
I just wanted to talk to him.
Well, I can't say much about that. The facility is down near Fionbor, so it's not too far away, but he is not here.
Now.
Oh, congratulations.
Oh, is it? Okay. All right.
Well, nonetheless, I would, whatever you're looking to get from him, I would not put my hopes up.
I know. I saw him briefly earlier. I know he was kind of catatonic. That-
Yes, they. Oh, wait.
Ah!
My god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I got something to work.
Bong.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I scared Michelle.
You did? It's like, I'm hearing because I always have the music really low on my end. So
Well, it's the first time the bot showed up in here, so it was loud. I'm so sorry for jump scaring you guys. I didn't think it was gonna work, so that's why I said nothing.
Yeah. I'll have to use
My-
some auto bounds later.
My hopes are so low at this point. I made no statement because I didn't think it was gonna work. We have some music. Jolly, just to note, you may want to mark the time when the music showed back up.
Don't worry, I'm here. No worries.
Okay. Just want to make sure. So I don't recall the exact thing that the Dr. Fellow said, but something about catatonia. The man was not talking. We couldn't get a clear name out of him. He had some identification, which helped, but he wouldn't answer questions. He would not respond. Getting him to eat was difficult. There was no one there. I'm sorry if he was someone you knew and cared for, but whomever they were to, they have, in my opinion, ceased to exist.
We weren't that close, but I did feel bad for him. That's all.
Well,
Thank
you are more kind than most folks. That man's actions were quite harsh, but it's kind of you.
I know. Well, thank you for your time. I'll be on my way then.
No problem.
And she'll step out and look at Iggy and be like, so, is there anywhere you specifically need to go to contact your god, whichever? I'm not actually sure which one it is.
Fuck if I know. I don't know where, the temples are.
So you can roll a religion check if you would like about Fekyat Sebgent.
Bless you.
All right.
I've never even attempted to speak to them. But figured I'd just do what most people do and pray somewhere.
I mean, honestly, you don't really need to be somewhere, I think, to worship a god specifically. It's just, I find it easier. Yeah. Since she worships two gods, she's still not gonna go to both of them to pray, because that feels a little overkill.
Disrespectful. Yeah.
But like, she's still gonna talk to both of them, but she's gonna go to the Millevoix temple because she knows it's gonna be a lot quieter there, a lot more private, because it's not very popular.
Okay. You make your way to the Millevoix chapel, if I recall correctly. And you will find that it is much like it is every day that you've seen it. It is quiet. It is relatively isolated. It It was the priestess of Valea that was killed, right?
Althea, but yeah.
Althea, sorry.
Yeah.
There's so many different
Nes-
names.
Nestor should still be
Whose fault
alive.
is that?
Yeah, Nestor should be alive. Nestor is still present here. He will give you. It is a he, right? Okay, yeah. Because I was saying Nestor gave me the male vibe. He'll give you a polite wave as you enter in, allowing you some privacy if you so choose it. And he will simply sit back and continue reading his book. It looks to be a historical book about the about the riots that had occurred over in Odela back in this might be 50 years ago.
Wait, are you talking about the unionization that we accomplished?
No. That was 30 years ago.
Yeah.
50 years
Oh,
ago,
that's
something
right,
else
that's right.
happened in Odela that involved riots. And it was only very gently noted, hinted at in campaign 1, where Avaro was assisting the man who then became governor clear out some of the criminal element in the area.
That was it. Yeah.
So he's just reading a book on that. But would you like to pray to your god?
Yes. she'll ask Iggy to give her some privacy this time. She'll kind of go somewhere quiet and kind of settle down. And she's just like, I always felt kind of weird praying directly. I feel like I'm talking to nothing, but and I'm sorry I'm only at one temple, but I hope y'all ladies understand. I just I seem to be in a spot of trouble. One of those new gods is threatening us and our friends and our families, and it seems like he plans to do this every 30 years or so. And I'm not strong enough to do anything about it now. Wasn't strong enough to, protect my friends who didn't deserve to die and were only targeted because I decided to try to do something with the last few years of my life. And if y'all could help a little bit, that would be much appreciated. I'm not gonna demand it. I've always found my own way before, but I could really use some help.
One moment.
Which voice mod?
I gotta make sure it sounds right. All right. Does this sound feminine?
Yes.
More so.
It's a little squeaky.
I'll start a little
Yeah, it always tends to be.
Yeah.
Just sounds like you're on helium. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The gender slider never really sounds like a different gender. To be honest with you.
You need to be kind of close to begin with. We're way too deep.
No, I'm very, very masculine.
All right, Jess. I saw that.
So who is it, pray tell, you look to speak to?
Whoever feels like helping me.
Be not concerned. Your preacher friend will not hear. He is too wrapped up in his book.
I mean, I worship. I know I follow two different gods, but I suppose Milvois is known to be tough. So I guess that's
Known to be
cool.
tough.
I don't know.
I believe someone like you doesn't get to make judgments on the deities. You were always a very poor follower.
Oh, yes. I know.
Do you even understand the nature of redemption? Or the brutality necessary for rebellion? To protect one's freedom?
I know much about protecting one's freedom at the very least.
But you always stop short. You're so concerned with not stepping over the line, not taking a life, not removing someone else's freedom, that you always stop short.
No, I can't trust myself to make the decision of whether someone deserves to not live anymore. I did a lot of that, and I feel like I don't have the right.
You feel like you don't have the right. And yet you chose the two gods who are the most willing to feel to make that decision. At some point, people who wish to be redeemed, or could be redeemed, can't. There's a line. At some point, people are beyond redemption. And that's when they die. Rebellions almost never occur bloodlessly. People die during them. People die fighting for their freedom, to protect the light, in the name of redemption, when people can't be dealt with anymore. This happens all the time.
So why didn't I die 40 years ago?
Luck. Luck. You were lucky. All the gods in this world can't manage to predict luck. Yes. So many died alongside you. So many died in that train accident. You didn't. It was luck.
So, are you gonna chastise me some more? Or...
What I am telling you is that you're not getting a response from either one of them because you are so indecisive. You're just sitting there, hoping an answer comes to you one way or another. But you are not choosing.
Why do I have to choose?
You don't have to. Nothing's an answer as well.
Who's talking to me now, then?
Nobody. I'm just a psychopomp.
Mm.
You spent so much time in that praying position, you didn't try to look around.
Well, trying to be respectful here.
Do you wish to look around?
Yes.
You'll see towards the very back of the chapel. There is a very tall figure. They're probably about 10 foot. That is, their head is going past the actual top of the tall doors coming into the chapel itself. The figure is beyond skeletally thin. It is less like a humanoid and more like a puppet made of dowels and string. But the very head is something like a mask made of bone. Draped around the loose, skinny shoulders is something like a cloak. And it just kind of stares down at you where eyes should be.
So you're saying I need to pick with God and pray?
No. I'm saying that if you want to be a good follower and get their attention, you need to show it.
But I don't know how. I'm not good at this.
Evidently. Answer this. What is more important? That one be redeemed, or that one have the chance to be free?
Genuinely, I don't know if I can answer that. I'm like thinking, I'm like, what would Granny pick? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, my my freedom has always been important to me, but part of why I started this whole mess was to try to, I don't know, save my own soul, I guess. Which sounds selfish when you put it like that.
You mortals have the right to be selfish.
I think it feels awful to say in this temple, but I think redemption is more important because we all die in the end.
True.
And I'd rather leave knowing that I did what I can.
Well, then it sounds like you found your answer. You can still pay your respects to both. But if you wish to ask of something, you can't just throw the words to the wind and hope somebody listens. You need to direct it to someone.
You listened.
I always listened.
Hmm.
I've been with you for a very long time.
You
And I'll be
have.
with you to the end.
Does everyone get a psychopomp or just me?
You've killed many.
pick it up after me.
In a way.
Well, even if I'm not the one doing killing, where I go, death seems to follow. So, you'll never be out of a job.
No. Even when you pass away, I will never be out of a job.
Well, she'll stand up and I guess leave the temple. She'll be like, well, thanks for the little pep talk. I should probably get going
Mm.
in this case.
Is that what it was?
That's what I'd choose to take it as.
Hmm. You will walk through between where the legs of this being should be, and you will just simply pass through nothing. It feels like walking through mist.
I think while Granny was in there having her talk, Ignatius probably just went up the block and got 2 sandwiches from that restaurant that is across the street from Granny's house that she used to go to each day. And he's already eating one of them, but as she walks out, he'll just hold out the other one to her. Say, it's important every now and then to take solace in the fact that no matter where you go or how far you travel, there are some things that will always stay the same. Something always to come back to.
Aw, that's so nice.
Well, I doubt you've eaten in the last half day.
This'll definitely help my hangover. Woo!
Alright. Could we hunt down Western Dove in Famebor?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I'd still like to see him. And I can try to... I think I need to try to get Althea's attention. And I can probably just do that there.
I figure might as well prey on the train, and barring that, I'll get a good nap in.
I haven't been on a train in a while. Okay. It'll be quick. It'll be quick.
Hopping aboard the train, you watch as the mountains and large trees begin to go by at a breakneck pace. It will not take very long for you to arrive in Fanbor. You have more than enough money to take an express train, and in a matter of a few hours, you'll be present there. Fanbor is a very different city than Giron. It's much larger, much more populated, much more crowded. It'll take you some getting used to, Granny, but this is your home now.
It's a nice place to retire to. Like, actually retire. Just kidding, I'm never retiring.
I wonder if from the tops of those towers you could see the coast. Certainly seems like it could be close enough on a clear day.
Granny, it won't take very much asking around for you to manage to figure out where prisoners are kept and where the institution is. They're two different locations. But the institution is a smaller location that, while it's not as secure, there are still some guards that do patrol the area. Many of the men who are here, and men and women, I should say, that are here look to be in varying states of being unwell, largely mentally. Most of the folk are not able to care for themselves in one shape or form. Too far gone into delusion or too melancholic to move on and having trouble living effectively. Looks like some are getting help, others are simply being cared for. And moving in, you will see and be able to be directed to Weston Dove. The young man that you saw previously has lost the crazed look in his eyes. They've glossed over almost. They've become hazy and unfocused. The young man no longer really responds to the sounds and inputs of everything around him. He instead just sits in a chair. According to the nurses who let you in, as you have something of a reputation here because of a certain lord who is responsible for this city directly. The nurses will explain to you the situation with him and that he is effectively in a catatonic state. He doesn't respond to inputs. It's unclear if he will ever return back to a normal state, or if he will even realize his crimes that he was responsible for. But there is Weston Dove.
She'll pull up a chair and sit next to him. And she'll just be like, "Hey, I know you're catatonic, but I just wanted to see you face to face. I know you did a lot. You killed a lot of people, including one of my best friends. But you also weren't in the right state of mind. So I wanted to, even if you can't respond, even if you can't hear me, I just wanted to tell you straight to your face that I forgive you. Other people might not. But you're young. I was young once. You reminded me a lot of when I was young. So, there's hope. There's hope for me, there's hope for you. But no hard feelings between you and me. I promise.
The young man sits slightly slumped in his chair. You speak the words aloud, and you're not sure if they are simply for your comfort or for his or for someone else's, but you say them. He does not respond.
Yeah. She'll give him a moment and she'll just lean over and like pat his leg or whatever, and stand up and be like, "Well, that's all."
Yeah, I should probably say something as well.
If you want, I mean, we're here.
Ignatius will kind of go over and rather bluntly start with saying, "You know, I'm not sorry that I took your hand. It's something that had to happen. But you really fucked up. Even so, it's not too late. Look at the person of your fascination, Granny, or Aoife, as you probably know as. She spent decades of her life trying to make up for everything that she committed in the past. There is a place for everyone. I just want you to think on that. And to give a little nudge, as he says the word think, he's going to cast command with the word think.
You don't know what that will do, but you cast a command on him.
Don't know if you have it in you, but I certainly know that there are many out there who are willing to help you repent. Just do like the pat on the shoulder and stand up and walk out.
Okay. I'm assuming Granny will do the same as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
she'll leave with Iggy.
Okay.
Whew. Well.
Sorry, I was just quickly looking at something. Go on. I apologize.
I don't know. I feel like we've been dominating, so I'm like, maybe you want to, like... I don't know. It's just been me.
I already said towards the end it was gonna be
He literally
you guys
said,
next,
"Hey,
and then Michelle.
this,
I
this,
know.
and then this."
I
So,
know.
when we're back in the tower, Ignatius will try to contact Beckett and Sergeant. But while he's here as a passing thought, he says, "Do you think we should check if any shops have magic paper for Darius?"
We can
Because
try.
this is the town that we haven't been to yet. And like all of the continent, it's the
I
one
do
place
love how
we
Jess
haven't
perked
been.
up immediately. I was like, yeah?
We can certainly try.
Listen, you said my favorite words this campaign. Magic paper.
paper.
Yeah.
So funny because you're the person this time. I remember how that felt. Don't miss it. Don't miss it.
I will say yes, you will be able to find some magic paper in the city. You'll be able to buy about 500 gold's worth before you basically ruin the economy in this one as well. But you know what? It had to be done, I guess.
Listen, we stop a gap, we save a bunch of lives. That means more people to make more magic paper. The economy will recover more quickly.
Great.
No problem.
You're something for my world. You also keep adding in more flavor unintentionally by creating new bits of mythology.
But it's so fun.
It is. It's also fucking hilarious that now there's a haunted cemetery that is not actually haunted in Achenaeus.
I mean,
We do a lot of weird stuff to places. It's
Yeah, you
fine.
do.
to be fair, some of this magic paper might be for me because one of the things that I did post in the Discord in between weeks is I could do scrolls of Death Ward.
Yeah, you did mention that.
Said about certain individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Granny.
Yes.
After spending some time in Fianbor, buying some more magic paper as well as a few other things, you'll return back to the tower, not necessarily feeling wholly accomplished with your gods, but you've attempted to reach out to them. Michelle. You needed to speak to your siblings, right? Actually, your family.
Didn't it? A couple things. So before we head out, before I go through the mirror to see my mom, I would like to see if there is a greenhouse or something in here. I want to find a big tree.
I would say yeah. Given the nature of the tower, that would be an option.
Yeah, I would like to see if I can find a big tree that's at least like 5 feet tall. So
Yeah,
that I don't
that's
have to,
doable.
So I don't have to bother Fitz. Because my assumption is I know Fitz is currently in pain right now. At the moment. And I'm not going to be like, hey Fitz, can you... I can just do tree, like the tree thing. Because I have a tree I've already established. We already established at the beginning of this that I had the ability to, if I have the ability, just as long as there's a tree on property that I can go to, I can just use that as opposed to.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I would like to do that.
That could be done.
So I will have a tree so that I can just pop through it in that way. Cool. That makes my life easier. Also for when I have to go to the shrine to the constellation or whatever. So yeah. So after I do that, yes, I will pop a mirror. If I pop my mirror open, pop the mirror to home. Actually, no, go to siblings first, the ones that are in the tower. And I'm gonna say, so I'm gonna go home. I need to talk to Mom. And I need to talk to everybody, actually. I'd like you to come with me. I'll come back, so you can come back if you want. You can stay there. Or if you come back with me and decide you want to go somewhere else, that's also okay too. I'm going to let you guys do what you want, because I don't know. I can't protect you. I can't keep anybody safe. The only thing I can do is get stronger, so that's the only way I can keep you safe. So if you're, I'd rather you be somewhere where I know where you are, but if you want to go off and back into the world, that's also okay. You're adults. You're all older than me, so I'm not gonna make you.
I know. We'll figure something out. We'll do our thing. We'll probably pop by for a bit and say hi, and then we'll go.
Yeah, you can come back here, and then if you want to use the mirror to go somewhere else, that's okay.
Yep, I know.
So I will gather all siblings. Sorry, there's like doors opening outside my room right now. I will gather all the siblings. I will pop the mirror to home, like Mom, and I will walk through.
Okay. So you step through into the I think it'd be straight to your enclave, basically.
Yeah.
Because I also allowed that, like, the mushrooms to work for this, because fine, whatever. Right?
Right.
Because, yeah. So you step forward into your enclave of Arcanet. Sorry, Arcanret. My mistake. I said that wrong. You will see that you are looking out at the large hollow underground that you have made your home, and made your home for a majority of your life. Towards the very center, you see that there is one large myconid stalk that has basically grown down all the way from the top of the ceiling of this cavern straight to the floor. It's a mixture of both regular myconid flesh and the material that makes up its roots,
that has been carefully treated and hardened over time to allow for you all to live inside of it. There are numerous other mushrooms that grow from the ceilings and the walls, where individuals have their own homes, then with bridges and what have you stretching between them. While other folks have lived down low or up high on the ceiling in their own little homes that they have developed, some just mined into the ground, others carefully woven out of growth. But here you are, home.
It's really weird to be home after like she's like, oh, this is.
It's, I mean, the thing is, like, for you, it's actually only been about 2 seasons, I think.
I know,
Yeah.
but so much has happened.
Yep, there's a lot that's occurred.
Like, completely changed as a person, I think. It's like, it's when someone goes off to college and then comes back home and they're like, this is home, but it feels very different.
It does. And
She's gone.
we will take a quick 5-minute break as I will pitch the characters for everybody else here so that if you guys want, you can take care of and play certain NPCs so that I
Ooh.
don't have to talk to myself.
Don't make Connor do that, guys.
But that's funny.
No.
It is.
But we'll take a
Alright.
quick 5-minute break just to give ourselves a little breather.
See ya soon. Alright.
So, Izzy, Zunmin, now played by Becca, and Zolna, now played by Jess, as well as your 2 other siblings, Krago and Mizzy. You guys have returned back home for the first time in a very long time.
It's been longer for them than it has been for me.
It's significantly longer for them. It's been years for them.
Yeah.
So you will see from your siblings that there is the brief but immediate response of, oh, things have changed a little bit, as you will see that Mizzy and Krago kind of look around and see like how a few new buildings have popped up, or how the main myconid pillar has slightly changed. And those kind of like go, okay, and then just shrug and go back to walking behind you guys.
Out of curiosity, has it changed since I've been here?
No.
Okay. It's not been that soon. Okay.
No, changes happen over years for Drow, because
Yeah, I know.
you don't have to change much, don't change much.
Yeah.
Well, Fizz, you can go say hi to Mom. I'm gonna show the kids my gun.
Oh my god. You're gonna make. Oh my god.
What?
Whatever. It's fine. Yeah,
I'm gonna
that's
show them
great.
tricks.
Oh my. Don't hurt anybody. I really don't want to have to heal people.
No
I mean, I
promises.
Oh my god.
I think they'll be fine.
Is that that?
It's Krago.
Is that? That's Krago. Okay. I was like,
I think they'll be fine.
yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be great.
No, the kids. Bullets are good for them.
Krago! Oh my. You guys are all crazy.
Yeah, they're rich in iron.
You're in time on this, sir. Okay, I will say. Oh my. I don't know if you know this. Maybe it's because I'm the one who does the healing. Bullets and kids do not mix, actually.
I got shot. I've gotten shot before.
Yes, you're substantially. It's not really substantially. But you're a lot bigger than the average child. You're a lot bigger than the average drow here. I don't know if you've noticed that. Most drow aren't built like you.
It was fine.
Oh my.
You hear 2 gunshots go off in the background.
Oh, well, you know what? I get the feeling Mom's gonna go that way, so like,
Beep.
I'm gonna go.
Beam!
What's
She's
the
behind your
other
head.
side?
Oh, there
yeah,
she is.
She's looking out.
She's
She's
communicating with the void.
looking out into the nothingness of the set that your
She's
house
looking
is
into the
on.
unrendered light.
She's looking into the studio lighting that's outside your house.
Hi. She's not sitting here. She's too interested in her live stream.
making your way over towards the sound of gunshots now, as you assume that your mother will likely arrive over there at some point.
Yeah, probably.
Zolna, shortly after you fired the gunshots off, your mother appeared rather swiftly, likely just transporting via plants to arrive there. She will stop ever so briefly, thinking that there is a threat, and then she will see you, and then she'll sweep her arms out and start pulling you in for a very big hug. Oh, hello, my dear. It's been so long since I last seen you.
Let go. Let go.
The overworld has grown well on you. You look so nice.
Thanks.
I see you are carrying a gun.
It's just a little
Why?
trick. I was showing the kids some really cool tricks.
I don't think that's what they're for.
I did the shows.
That's what I said. And like, this is, I feel like this is where Fizzy feels when she's like, that's what I said.
There's some really cool shows you can go to.
My
Have you ever heard of
come here.
She will, like,
Annie Elmley?
What? Who?
That's Annie Only. She's like,
I don't.
whatever.
Anyway, I'm hugging my mother.
She will hug you back.
Hi, I brought everybody actually.
I can see that. Grego, you are still massive. I don't know who you got that from. It's still great to see you though, sweetie.
I need to talk to, I think, everybody about a thing that's kind of important. That's
That
why
can be
I'm
done.
here.
That can be done.
How is everyone?
Well, quite well. Father did lose a foot from one of the mushroom
I
creatures.
can help with that. I can
Okay.
help with that. That's fine.
Well, I already grew it back, so don't worry.
Oh,
but
okay.
still, he did lose a foot briefly.
Okay, cool. I mean, I can do that too
Keep
now.
the fight.
What?
Right?
What? No, it was eaten by the monster. We have not started eating one another. It was the monster ate it.
Oh, thank God. I thought for a moment.
No, things haven't changed that much, dear. It's been some time since I've last seen you, Zenmin, but things have not changed that much.
Yeah. No.
Have you gone to the cannibal village?
Yeah. It's kind of scary.
Weird. Yeah.
It was fine though.
Things-
They know how to party.
Things have changed quite a bit since I went to the surface. Right. So, would you like to see your father?
Yes, I do.
This
I
way.
want to see everybody.
They should all be nearby, basically. But still, come this way. And your mother will lead you through to the main pillar, where this is where your family would have lived for the most part, as your mother being one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful druid in this area, and the importance of that figure means that she kind of has a lot of sway.
Quick question, because
Yes.
I know how powerful my mother was before I left.
Mhm.
Am I more powerful than her now?
I mean, if not more than at least on par.
On par? That's crazy. Okay.
As you are led into the main pillar where your family resides, you will see that all of your family members are kind of like loosely scattered about the main living area. You could see your father, who you could see is a kind of a lean-looking fellow, silvery hair. He is tall, certainly, but he is not Craigo tall nor Craigo muscular. So no one knows where that came from in your family, but it appeared. You'll see Tatar,
is around as well. Kind of peachy in coloration with her general outfit color scheme. You will see that she kind of keeps her hair tucked back in like a bun, basically. And she is wearing a long dress, basically.
She's wearing the non-titty version of what my mother wears.
Yeah, effectively.
Yeah.
Let's see. You see your sibling Alston, who is has long dreaded hair. Well, I should say not dreaded, braided more accurately hair, because your hair won't. As Drow, your hair probably will not dread as easily.
No.
Yeah, it won't become locks. But the hair is held back in a braid or braids. You see that they have basically fallen asleep in a chair and are completely unresponsive to the world right now.
Sounds right.
Eldred is nearby. You see that he is kind of like doing a lookout right now. He is kind of watching from the windows to see if anything has changed. This is a pattern that he always showed as a kid. He did this probably since he was about 10, and he has done this until now. Even though there is not really much of a threat since Rostovska is gone, so this is probably not as necessary, but this is a drilled-in habit he has never shooken at all. And then there is Malvius, who is hair is in a bright shock of white, you will see. He still looks to be favoring one side more than the other. You'll see the sorry, smashed my microphone. You'll see that the scarring still kind of goes up the side of his neck a little bit, and the way he moves his left-hand side, it makes it pretty clear that he still does not have his full mobility. And the ligaments really have not grown back in the full length, so he doesn't have full strength and full mobility with his arm and leg. But that is your family, and the ones who are conscious to the world will get up and they'll start moving their way over to you with greetings of how are you doing? How was the surface? Are you doing well? What took you so long? Ultimately, they will all
Remember, there's also Mizzy, who was like not responsive for like 2 years.
Yeah, Mizzy is also the most important one. So majority of the family, it is a reaction of shock that Mizzy is still alive, actually. You hear the phrase, "Oh, you're not dead," at least once.
Yeah, that probably comes from. Who probably says that?
Probably Malvius.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ellie.
Oh no, Elred. Yeah, it will be Elred.
Elred.
My mistake.
Yeah, it would be Elred. He's
But
just...
your family as a group will chatter and say their hellos. But if you wish, you may take the scene and we can go from there. I can jump between characters as I need to.
Okay. Hi. It's really good to see you all. I do have a thing I want to say. So unfortunately, well, things are a little chaotic right now. There's a god who wants to fight me and my friends. It's a long story, but that and like a lot of other things have made me come to a conclusion that I do not think I will be staying. I will not be coming back to live here. I think I will be staying on the surface.
Your father will speak up at this and say, "I can't say I'm necessarily surprised by that.
Why?
Plenty of kids decide to leave and see the outside world. You never had the personality as one to stick around. Too much to see."
Fair. Yeah, as it turns out, I actually really like it. I mean, besides like the god fighting thing, which I don't really have control over it. It's just been a turn of events that have like really made things different for me.
Elred's gonna speak up and say, "I don't think I've ever had that as a problem." So that's a you thing. I don't think I've ever really experienced a god trying to fight me. So
At least he didn't beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, he almost killed us.
okay, good.
Well, yeah, that also is kind of my fault. As it turns out, I think really well, we got powerful, like not on purpose, just things that happened, and we brought a queen back, which was interesting, and then
Oh shit, that was you?
That was
wasn't
us.
it? Wow.
That was us. And then we fought like a guy who was really awful. We brought a dragon back to life, like an ancient dragon, like a really old one. We've talked to a few gods. Like, life has been really odd. I did not realize that this stuff could happen on the surface. And it's all very fascinating. And it's really, like, besides the, like, really scary stuff, it's been really cool. And I really like the stars. And I can see the stars down here. And, yeah, I think I'm going to stay up on the surface.
When you mentioned the gods, like talking to gods and all that stuff, your father kind of leans over to your mother and goes, "That's a bit different than what I remember." I don't remember gods being around up there.
Oh shit, yeah, Fizzy. You should probably tell them that's new.
So that's kind of new, Dad. Apparently, in the time right before I came to the surface, there was like a weird thing where there was like a crack in the sky and a bunch of gods popped in. Now they just kind of walk amongst everybody. I don't like it. I think it kind of sucks, actually. Personally, I don't think God should be able to like be so in your face. And these gods are really in your face. The god of ambition just like is the one that wants to fight us, by the way, and he wants us to get stronger. Otherwise he's going to hurt people I love, which means unfortunately, like, I did put all of you in danger, which I hate, and I think you should know that. But I am very sorry, but it's just, yeah. So now the gods, and then I don't know if I should be saying this part. I probably shouldn't be saying this part, but he didn't say we couldn't say this part. He never said, like, Mazanam never said we couldn't say anything, and it's like they're all on the surface anyway. They're all like down here. And then I found out there was a god from before when they all, that I guess he didn't pick sides, and since he didn't pick sides, he didn't get stuck behind the, like, he didn't, and so he's like walking around like a normal person. I'm not gonna tell you where he is, or anything like that, but he is walking around like a normal person, and it's he's kind of weird. He just looks like a guy, very strange. He looks like an elf. Oh, no one told me that we're like not what drow look like.
Elred's gonna pipe up and say, "Focus. Stay on track. You were trying to say something. Focus."
She's literally doing that, like not being.
Yeah, sorry.
She was just going.
It's gotten so much worse because her friends are the exact same way.
The point being, what?
So the point being, she'll just look at Daddy and she'll just be like, okay. The point being, I have to fight this guy, and I have to get stronger, and I have to go talk to something. Fizzy's like blank. Huh? She's like really blanking. It's like a constellation, a specific constellation that's like a bee. She's like, can I like roll to remember if Fizzy remembers?
Yeah,
okay,
you can.
Hold on. It's what, nature?
Yeah, it'd be.
I have the map, so do I get advantage?
No, you don't. You don't.
Okay. Okay, I have a map. Like I can point to the map what it is. I just don't remember the name of it.
Well, the DC's low, so just roll, damn it.
I have garbage. I rolled a 5, which is a 4.
Yep.
No,
It's-
actually, is it a 4? I think I'm maybe proficient in nature. Hold on. It might be higher. Hold on. Michelle does not remember her here. Nature is not a thing I use often. That's all.
No.
So nature. Yeah, it's a +4, so it's actually a 9.
Okay. Yeah, it's. You remember it's Pristella the bee. It was discussed literally a day ago for you. You remember it.
Priscilla the bee. So yeah, I have to go talk, and I would like, Mom, I'd like you to come with me. I know you haven't been on the surface in a very long time, and I can get you back here. It's easy. We have a mirror. That's how I'm able to get here so quickly. It shouldn't be too long, but I don't want to go by myself, and you're the most powerful person I know. So I want you to see the surface. I don't know. It's been a long time since you've been up there, and I think I'd like you to meet my friends, but I don't know how many of them are available to speak with right now, to be honest with you.
My place is here, so I won't go with you, but I can still definitely assist you and provide you whatever knowledge you need.
Okay, well, I need someone to go with me. I can't go by myself.
Why? Why not?
Because everyone else is going with someone. Everyone else is going on their little...
You feel left out?
No. Yes. I don't know. Why am I crying? I don't know why I'm crying. This is
I don't
so
know,
weird.
but honestly, it's so in character and very funny. You unintentionally did it perfectly.
No! Unfortunately, okay, really quickly, I have this weird tendency to get very weighed to my characters where, like, I feel their emotions too much.
No, that's
So,
fine.
yes. Yeah, like, the crying makes sense, unfortunately.
Oh, Fizzy, I mean, some of us are going back, because I'm sure as hell not staying down here, so...
Yeah, I got more to see.
I mean, if you guys want to come with me.
Mizzy and, let me double check. It was Mizzy and... Prego. So many fucking names.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I
it's just...
rolled her the amount of siblings she had, and I rolled a stupidly high number.
Stupid high number.
To be fair,
Mizzy and
that's also
Prego
what
are
happened
both
with
going
Darius's
to going to say, I'm not staying here either. Mizzy also is just going to shake their head.
You're also gonna stay. You're also okay. Well, then you can all come with me. I don't want to go by myself. I feel like, I don't know. I also don't feel like this is right to go by myself. Everyone else has like a buddy, and I've always been like kind of the weird one in the group.
You're still weird.
You're very weird. You're a drow who's decided to study the stars. We can't even see them.
They're so pretty though.
Yeah, but...
That's why I'm on the surface. That's why I'm not coming back.
You can take me, and you can talk about all the adventures that you had on the surface and everything that you found out.
I would love to take you, but you're still like hurt.
I'm certain that I have something to fix that. You see, I've been working on this potion. there's a 75% chance that allows you to jump around like a mole cricket, but a 25% chance that it turns your tongue green for a day.
Oh shit, can I try that?
Of course you want to try that.
Here you go. I have plenty of them.
Look, I would love, Holly, I'd love for you to come. I would. But, like, I can tell. It's still, like, when you're fully healed, I have a way of getting you. Like, you can just tell me, I don't know, I'll check in on you, obviously. And you can come back to the surface. What happened to you very much did a number on you. That was it the elemental that fucked him up? I can't remember. What fucked him up?
I think it was just the sun. Wasn't it?
Maybe? I don't remember. It's been so long. No, because I remember. I swear it was like the element. Whatever it was. It like messed you up. And it still messed you up. You're still messed up, unfortunately.
Don't let her keep you down. Don't let her take control.
I mean, I'm not gonna say no, but I don't know how Mom's gonna feel about that.
You can go if you wish, but you are still injured and you do need to recognize that.
You don't have a lot of time for this, do you?
Oh. I have to do this. We were given 7 days, and that was... In my brain, is it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Was that yesterday that he told us?
Probably been like 16 hours.
Yeah, not very long.
And that was yesterday, so I don't have a lot of time, unfortunately. And we still have... We're only separating for 3 days, and we still have... I think we're gonna go to the Hells? Maybe? And then... I don't know what else we're gonna do. I think we have to go to the Hells to fight a thing. Because one of my friends has a monkey. It turned out the monkey was a fiend. And...
Focus.
Focus.
Jingle, jingle, jingle.
No, wait, no.
Keys. Look at the keys.
It's the cat. We have to go deal with the cat that's got that keeps bothering one of the other drow who looks like a normal drow. They taught me this. My friends taught me this.
She does look like a normal drow. We're the weird ones here.
We're still
No
weird.
one told me.
It's kind of funnier to let you find out on your own.
Also, if it's this pressing, why haven't you started going? You have days.
Because I can travel quickly. I can be there. As soon as I get out of there, I'm going right over there, and it will take me a minute. So, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. I will come visit. I promise. I can just jump in and visit like this. And then I'm gonna find... Can I use... Question. The mic and... Oh no, I think it has to be a living thing, right?
Yes, it does have to be a living thing. If you're referring to like the pillar that is in the center of...
Yeah, it's not a living thing.
No, it is living.
Oh, it is. So I can use that for travel.
Yeah, because
plans.
if they didn't have it living, then it would probably quickly rot. So it's easier if you just keep it alive.
So that is a travel via plans thing.
That's an
I can
option.
Use, correct.
Yeah.
Okay. See, because I can just use that to go back home, and she's gonna point back to the thing in the middle, like Mom can do. I can do that too now. I've gotten very strong. We're apparently the strongest people on the surface, on the continent, according to this god.
I mean, you guys do walk through a mirror to go everywhere. That's not normal.
Yeah, but we've had that mirror forever.
We've had to walk most places.
We've had that mirror a long time. We got that mirror a long
Yeah.
time ago. And then
But you've not had to walk places. You know how much that sucks?
I'm sure it sucks.
Not to mention the amount of money you people burn through.
Listen, money is money is a concept I still don't understand fully.
You still can't count.
I can count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I can only count the. I can only count the 4. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go. I'll come back. Don't worry, I'll come back and visit, I promise. But I'm gonna go use that. I guess everyone who's coming with me can come with me. And then we're gonna go to the shrine. So all of you, I love all of you. I will see you soon.
It's nice to see you as well, dear.
I missed all of you. I'm really glad I could see you again. I really am.
Come back safe. And next time you go to see this giant bee, do you think you could bring me? I'd love to study them in person. You know, according to all of the science that we know, the wings of a bee aren't really
Stop
big
it.
enough to be
Nope,
Stop
nope, nope.
Stop it!
Headlock.
No.
Oh, family's
Don't
just
you
like-
bring the bee movie in here.
Go to sleep.
Bobby, how long have you been planning to drop that?
So it's busy mentioned seeing Priscilla the bee.
Oh, wonderful.
I will use the tree to cast travel via plants. And I will use the tree that's inside, travel to the tree that's inside of the tower. And then I will go back to the mirror. And I will pull up the shrine to... Hold on, we're looking up the name. Priscilla, the bee.
Mhm.
So we're just doing a roundabout. Is
That
there a
can be done.
tree? Is there a tree by that shrine, by the way?
Yeah, that can be done. So
Okay.
what I will say is that at the same time as you went to go visit your family and you spent some time there and all this
Mhm.
occurred, the events with Fitz occurred. Where Fitz
Oh, I assume that happened
changed.
Oh.
It was happening concurrently.
before. Okay.
So
Yeah. Oh
at
god.
this
okay.
time, Fitz has likely been wandering around the tower, getting used to his new appearance.
Okay.
So,
On my
Jill,
way towards the mirror again.
yeah, so on your way to the mirror, you will see Fitz now.
Hi, Fitz. You look different. Oh gosh, it cut you off.
I'm sorry, pal. I wanted to try and help.
It picks up everything except for.
It picks up everything
Your
except your
words.
voice. That's so weird.
We'll worry about it later. But
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I'm sorry.
I apologize.
That's
Um,
really obnoxious of that microphone.
Yeah.
I will beat
So-
it up later.
You will go ahead and try to find yourself the altar to Priscilla.
Yeah. I'm making sure there's a tree by it so that I can
Mhm.
go home after.
Yeah, you can do so. You'll manage to find a tree that is close by-ish. It looks
Yeah,
to be
that's
a good mile or two away,
That's
probably,
fine.
but it
That's
looks big enough.
Walkable.
Because the altar is in the middle of a field.
That's fair. Nice. Okay. I guess it's into the stars. That makes sense. I'm going to approach the shrine, and is there like an offering thing?
As you were walking through the field to approach the shrine, you'll note, first off, wildflowers. A lot of them. Additionally, the climate feels a little different from what you're used to. There's a gentler warmth to it all, as opposed to the more oppressive heat that you feel come summertime in Ekes. So you don't know where you are currently. But
Can I actually? What is it? The daytime? Actually, never mind. Is it the daytime?
it is
Or is it
still
night?
day. It is still daytime, but it is not the same time it was back in Ekes.
I was say if I can see the stars, I can sort of figure out where I'm at because I know what time of like maybe, but that's fine.
I know. But you'll see that as you're walking through the field, not only are there wildflowers everywhere, there are bees, honeybees, many of them. They are buzzing through the field itself, going from flower to flower, and some of them will kind of start to notice you and fly near and around you, kind of like landing on your bright, colorful outfit.
Mm-hmm. Just a
Um,
smile.
yeah.
Mhm.
They don't seem hostile, but they are
No.
paying attention. You will approach the small, pretty nondescript altar to Priscilla. It resembles something like a honeybee, basically. Though it's just carved out of a pretty simple, almost like a pressed clay, almost. Nothing really extravagant here. No real detail. You can see there's a small bowl in front of it. That's about it, though.
Is there anything in the bowl?
No, the bowl is empty currently.
I don't know what you're supposed to give for offerings. I mean, Fizzy doesn't carry much on her usually. She's got some diamond dust. She's got a diamond.
I will leave it to you.
I know. You know what? People are gonna get real mad at me for this because it is a lot of money. But it's kind of the only thing that is like I'm gonna give one of the diamond dust things bags of diamond dust. Yeah.
Fine, we haven't cleaned the country out of that yet.
That's true too, so we might be able to get some more. So and also no one I don't know if you guys are here. Ah. So yeah, she'll take one of the pouches of diamond dust, she will put it on the offering bowl and then she will sort of like back away from the shrine and she will say, I could use help. I've been told that since I am a druid of the stars, to ask for constellations for help. I was told through another constellation to come to you. I don't worship the stars, but they are. I work with the stars, and I need help, like a lot of help. So if I can work with you, I was told that maybe I could. I would like that. But I'm not sure how to go about it. This is the only thing I know to do.
Sorry, phone notification. Fizzy, you just kind of speak aloud in front of the altar. What was it exactly that you offered again? Was it
I gave a bag of diamond dust, so
Bag of diamond
$100
dust.
worth of diamond, 100 gold pieces.
$100
worth of diamond dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. All right. You'll offer 100 golds worth of diamond dust. You do so, and then you just kind of start speaking aloud. And as you do so, the droning of the bees around you becomes almost melodic, like a song made of white noise. And then Fizzy falls asleep.
Cool.
Hold on a moment.
I need a nap. Falling asleep right now sounds like a really good idea, actually. I'm so tired. I'm trying to adjust to a new schedule because I start week after next. So I've been going to sleep very late.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been getting up at like normal time, so it's like I get less sleep than normal.
As this is the wrong playlist. Whoopsie doodle. Sorry. There we are. You will wake up and it is nighttime. You see above you, the stars stretch out nearly endlessly, with no city lights nearby, no towns, nothing interfering. It just seems so much more than what you have been used to visiting the towns of Belric, Giron, heck, even stuff like Margarine and Cervazello. It's something about it dampens the actual skies above you. But here you can see everything. The 3 rings from Volea's walkabout to all the constellations and all the stars above you. To further, even. And as you sit there, well, lay there on your back, you look up at the sky and you see something moving. It seems almost like there's something out there that is kind of going from star to star to star, stopping at one, moving to another. And you'll hear from the field behind you, it sounds like something moves around in the flowers.
I'm gonna sit up and I'm gonna turn around and look behind me.
You see nothing. But with your perception, you do see the flowers part ever so slightly as something moves and trails through them.
Alright, I'm gonna get up. And I'm going to, I guess, follow the path that the flowers are taking. Like, as they, like, move apart and something moves through them, I guess I will follow that.
Mm-hmm. You will start walking after it, and it will start to speed up, attempting to move away from you quicker and quicker. And you will move quicker and quicker, trying to catch up to it. And as you do so, in time, you are nearly sprinting through this field, trying to catch up to this as it moves in an erratic pattern through the field.
Mm-hmm.
Until eventually it stops dead. And you feel something has turned around to regard you now.
I heard the twinkle.
Well.
Hi?
Hello.
Are you Priscilla?
I am what you all imagine as Priscilla, yes.
I was told that I could ask you for help.
Possibly.
I have a situation, a problem. A god wants to fight me and my friends.
Yes.
Yes. I've heard.
I need
But what do you
help.
have for me?
I'd like to work. I was told I could work with you.
Ooh, yes. But people don't work for free. What do you have for me?
I don't have anything.
Well, could you get something for me?
I get power from the stars, but
But could you get me something?
I could.
Okay. I won't give you power yet. But when you get it from me,
Okay.
I'll help you.
What do you need?
You'll see kind of the vague form of something like a very large honeybee kind of start to appear. The best way of describing it is, do you know how an LRAD like imaging works? Where okay. Do you know what pointillism is? Where all an
Yes.
image is made of points?
Yes, I know what pointillism is.
Okay. It's almost like the shape of a bee is being made with dots, little bright white, kind of tealish dots.
Mm-hmm.
And as you see it, it'll extend one of its antennae right towards the center of your forehead. Get me this. And you'll
My
see in
brain?
your...
Oh.
No! It's describing more, you dweeb!
Sorry.
You really
you'll
fall
see...
into all of your characters.
Yeah, you really do.
Okay.
You'll see in your mind's eye an image of what looks like a beautiful flower. It's a gorgeous, almost something like a rose, but it is made entirely of some shining, beautiful gem. It's perfectly clear.
Okay.
And clarity-wise, it is unmatched.
So, do I just bring that back to the shrine?
Yes, that will do. It was Mother's. Someone took it. I want it back.
Okay. I will get that for you.
Good. That works for me. Come back at nighttime, or I'll have to put you and your friends to sleep again.
Oh, they're asleep. My siblings are asleep too. Oh God. Okay.
Yes.
Oh no, no, poor this poor. Okay. I will do that.
You can wake your friends and leave. I hope to see you back with the flower.
Cool. We'll wake up. I'll wake them up. I'll walk back home. I'll walk to the tree to walk back home.
You'll walk. I know what you mean. You'll walk to the tree to get back home.
Yeah.
What about 500 miles?
So.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. No, you're literally about to say something. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, so like when we get back to the tower, I'd like to see the place that is holding the flower currently. I'd just like to see it.
Okay.
I get the feeling it's protected.
Okay. Yep. You call upon the image of where the I hit my mic again. Where the flower is being held. And you will get the image of a very not dark, kind of a bluish tinted place. It seems uncomfortable, almost humid in a way.
but it also seems vaguely. You remember this a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're reminded. Once upon a time, you guys tried to call upon the image of one man that you previously encountered.
Was he like? He was like an elf now.
Nope.
I'm trying to think of.
It was a certain man who ran a party that you went to, and after he died, you decided to see if you could find him.
Oh, he's in. It's in the
And
hell dimension.
You realize the flower is being held by somebody in the lower planes, somewhere
Fuck me.
in one of the hells.
Cool, guys. I have a mission for us.
Maybe most of the stuff connects to the lower planes
It's
now.
all connected!
We're going on the grand tour of the lower planes.
So as soon as Susie sees that, she's gonna see if she can find anybody. I don't know who's here. I know Fitz is here.
I intentionally set it up so that you guys would you'll reconvene after 2 days. That's why I haven't been moving the timer.
Yeah.
So you guys will be reconvening in 2 days' time.
I don't know how many days it's been for me. Is it this is presumably all in the first
It's
day?
all very ambiguous. So
Yeah. So
as much time as needed.
So when the 2 days pass and everybody is back, and now I'm hitting my microphone.
Yep.
Well,
Well, hold on a second. I need to check one thing.
Yeah.
Because
don't wanna-
there's still. Yeah, hold on. Yes, Becca?
I was gonna say, your two religious folk haven't quite
Oh, that's right.
finished
Okay.
contacting their
And
gods.
I will wait.
Yeah,
I will
so
wait.
you will
I will
wait.
wait. So we will.
So
do
let's
that
not
when
jump ahead
everyone's
quite so
done.
fast.
We will do that when everyone's done.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
So-
I'm good then. Yeah.
So, Granny and Ignatius. The two of you have been wandering around, going to Fianbor, seeing Wesson Dove, reaching out to at least one of your gods. What next?
What do you gotta do to reach out to the god of discipline?
Not entirely certain. Don't
Is
know
he
if
one of the
there's any
new gods or
particular-
one of... Sorry.
Certainly one of the new ones. Left quite an impression on my parents. Don't know if they've actually had any interaction either. But
Does your
it's
whole
fairly
village follow the god of discipline?
important.
More or less.
In a sense. The village itself is a refuge for those who suffer from various types of lycanthropy, for those who have relatives who do, or simply those who are a bit more social outcasts. In a way, discipline is a means of keeping watch, keeping themselves safe, but also the means of inhibiting those inner urges that might lead them to hurt one another. Many of them are able to find peace through discipline.
That certainly sounds like a nice place. If we can't figure out where a temple might be, that seems like a fairly dedicated place. If you feel the need to,
Well, it's never outright worshipped back yet. In fact, it's more that all of the goals are parallel, the means, the methods. but it is worth a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose in theory you don't need to go anywhere to try to contact a god, but I feel like it helps set the mood, you know?
Yes. If we return to the tower, we could also use the mirror to look for a temple.
Yeah. We can take the train back to Giron and then ride Balloos back to the tower. Flying horse, very useful.
Yes. Very fast horse as well. Blue's
That's-
S speed is almost able to keep up with Kaz's double dashing in a turn.
I need you guys to know that is a
Almost.
romance novel cover.
Yeah.
A romance novel with a huge age difference.
I think
that's called a
Baloo
cougar.
still. I think Baloo still makes it worse because, again, guys, this is a horse with sharp teeth.
Yeah, he's no longer
Um,
quite a horse.
So, what was the exact plan for reaching out to or trying to reach out to the god of discipline? Are you going to just head back to your village, or
I'll leave that up to Iggy if he wants to go home or find a temple.
Well, use the mirror to search for a temple first, because it seems more likely a god would be listening in an area where people actively give their devotion and offer up prayers, as opposed to one where they sort of passively do it.
okay, fair enough. You will use the mirror to do so, and you will find yourself looking at a relatively dark-looking chamber of a sort. It is lit with candles, and you can see that at the hanging from like the center decoration of the room, there is the icon of the god of discipline. It is a snake with that is trying to bite its own tail with 3 nails driven through it at the near like the base of its head. Looking at this temple, it seems relatively quiet in there, though you do hear a distant from distantly from somewhere inside of the temple.
Is that self-flagellation?
I was gonna say that, but then I started thinking about Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and the like, yeah, it's
Thank you for the Monty Python reference, Becca.
anytime.
But yes, you are looking at a temple of Zergant.
I suppose I should probably make that a bit more specific and go to the front door. Don't want to interrupt any ceremonies that might be going on.
Okay. You will go to the front door instead. The door is open. Well, not open, but unlocked. You can walk in with no issues.
And he'll go through the mirror and then go through the door.
Making your way through, you'll see that you are in a fairly cold area. Rainy right now. Kind of drab. Looking around, you can see that this place must be on basically an island. You see no real coast here. It's just rocky shores and a dock that goes out a good couple 100 feet to allow for boats to come by. At the top of this building, you see it looks like a lighthouse.
This place reminds me of home.
Just kind of cup his hands around his mouth and just shout, "Hello!"
Amanter? I will not stop you.
He'll say, really not reacting to the self-flagellation. Say, I'm looking to offer up my prayers and perhaps speak with that Yat serpent.
You will hear a few more strikes of the whip, and then someone will stop. And they will stand back up. And walking from behind basically like a large pillar that was separating part of the room, or like a large wall, basically, you see an older looking man. He's probably about 50, if you were to guess. He has what you could best describe as sea-hardened skin. He looks like he lived on the ocean for most of his life and expected himself to die on the ocean. He has a white beard, very poorly kept. Well, actually, no, it is very well kept. But you can see that near the mouth area, it's nicotine stained. Well, welcome to the temple. I don't know what your method of prayer would be, but flagellation has always been mine. You may also simply kneel and pray if you wish.
Nice place you got here.
It isn't meant to be nice.
Are there any particularly large stones along the beaches here?
Plenty.
Found that training my body is one of the ways in which I express my devotion. Perhaps driving myself to exhaustion that way might be a means of contacting.
Then find the stone you need.
Yeah, not
Bring
like
it inside.
full exhaustion, but you know.
I know. Ma'am, you are not a worshipper. I can tell.
Nah. I've
But
got
you
my
are-
own issues.
But you are in our halls. So forgive me. You will not find any places to sit, nor tea to be set out for you.
There's the floor.
Good. You understand.
I will go and enjoy the weather for a little bit, I think.
Ignace will try to find the largest rock that he can lift with slight difficulty and effectively begin using it like a cowbell and work out.
Yeah, you'll basically try to exhaust yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once he can barely move, that is when he'll seek to reach out.
You will hear a voice just like a deep rumble. As you close your eyes and you feel just that faint, almost redness of pain that is slowly seeping through your entire body. Just a pound behind your eyes. You'll hear a voice that simply says, yes.
No, I've never attempted to reach out, and my faith is merely done in parallel action. But there is an obstacle that I simply must overcome. In several days' time, myself alongside my companions will be facing the physical embodiment of a god. One of your siblings.
Hmm. Yes. Now I know who you are.
I
You
will
seek to
not
fight
ask-
my brother.
Yes. And I will not ask for power or any boons. I've not been faithful enough to think that I could request something of the sort. All I ask is, should we fail, some assurance that all of our families will be kept safe. This is a fight that I will see through.
You are asking the wrong god for soft assurances. You know this.
Yes, perhaps you're right. Truth be told, even if I fail, I would try my damnedest, even in death, to find a way to wrangle Altax's neck.
Good. Your family won't get touched by him. I guarantee that.
Ooh. I guess the song ran out.
Whoopsies.
My music.
Then, how do I best train myself in the limited time I have?
Hmm. I will see to it that a gift is brought to you. Be sure to wear it.
He'll do, I guess, the prayer equivalent of a stoic nod. Because he doesn't really know what to say. Or I will keep the mouse safe, or it'll be my own life that I give up for them.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Suppose, effectively, he has nothing more to say or ask.
Okay.
Because Jess and Jill both come into the camera at the same time with food.
Food?
Food.
Food? Food? Share with
Huh?
class. Food?
I've been listening this whole time real quick. I just
Food?
want to say I love Iggy being the bitch that goes, I don't need anything from you, even though you give me my powers.
I mean, it's pretty, again, tangential. Like, they both just kind of work independently for the same purpose.
They go to the same gym. Also, I just realized I asked for fajitas and they didn't send me any tortilla wraps.
Did you get like a fajita bowl? What is that?
No, it's just fajita. I mean, I assume it'll be fine, but
It'll
it's just
taste
weird.
fine. Yeah. It's sad to not have any wraps for it, though.
Mhm.
Well, having reached out to your god, the vision or the voice will fade away, and that is where we'll leave off for tonight. Thank you all so very much for being here. Special thanks to my friends for hanging out with me. Jolly, Jess, Jill, Michelle, Becca, and Cody. If you enjoyed what we do, pass the word around, tell your friends. We stream regularly, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. But with all that said, please say bye, stream.
Bye, stream.